Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. This video is long overdue. I promised this video a while ago, but I did also say that it might take a little bit of time because I haven't been feeling good. So basically today I am going to be doing just like an update, like a pregnancy update. And I'm also going to answer some questions that I had asked a while back. I haven't had like the energy to film it, but I had asked some questions a while back to my followers on Instagram. So I'm just going to address those questions as well. So before I get started and into it, I just want to remind you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload a video, follow me on Instagram, all that extra good stuff. And as far as just an update, where do I start? I am 27 weeks this week. Am I 27 weeks? Yeah, I'm 27 weeks. So I'll be 27 weeks tomorrow. I'm not good at keeping up, but I'll be 27 weeks tomorrow. That means the third trimester is like right around the corner. What else? I already announced that we're having a little boy. We did decide on his name. It's not that it's a secret, but I haven't really like told all of my family and stuff what his name is going to be, or my husband's family. So I'll share eventually. I just don't know when, but we have decided on a name. What else? In the last video, I was telling you guys how sick I was. Oh my gosh. I was so sick. I had lost weight. I did not hit my pre-pregnancy weight until I was about 22 weeks. And for whatever reason, God, makes the body work in mysterious ways. Even though I hadn't been able to consume much and eat and keep food down, baby was measuring ahead. I think he was measuring like a week ahead, and still is, like I think about 6 days ahead. So he's good. He looks good. Ultrasound pictures looks good. And yeah, that's that. But yeah, I said I was really sick. It's getting better. I have days where I still throw up sometimes, but I guess I feel like I can't complain because it was so bad. Like I was throwing up like 20, 30 times a day. I'm not even being dramatic. It was so bad that now, like when I throw up, it's just kind of like, hey, at least you didn't throw up 5 times today. And I also wasn't able to eat that much. Food was just so nasty looking. And I remember scrolling on like Instagram and I would see ads of like restaurants and I'm like, why does this steak look so nasty? And it would literally make me throw up. So I couldn't even scroll like social media like that because even just the thought and image of food was just such a turn off to me. But that's all better. I eat a lot more. I'm not like pigging out or anything. I feel like I eat almost as much as I used to eat. But I feel like for a pregnant woman, my appetite just isn't like quite pregnant. I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't have this urge to just eat a whole bunch of food. And I thought I would be like grubbing and stuff, but maybe it'll come eventually with time. It's just gradually getting better. So I'm not even going to complain about that. Something that I didn't mention in my first video when I announced my pregnancy, something that I didn't mention was the amount of pain that I've been in. And it started since I was 10 weeks. So I mentioned it on my Instagram like 4 or 5 days ago, just letting my followers know that I hadn't really talked about it because I didn't want to feel like I was complaining. Like I feel like when you're pregnant, people tend to write your symptoms off like, oh, you're just pregnant. And it's just like, yeah, you may have had some pain when you were pregnant, but it could be completely different for someone else. Like with my first pregnancy, I had the regular, round ligament pain, lower back pain, whatever. But I felt like that was normal to me. And I'm not going to lie, I did wonder like, why is she being dramatic? Why is sis waddling like this? Like, why? It's just not that serious. And now I'm like, God was just like, that's what you get for judging people because now you're about to be waddling. So the amount of pain that I've been feeling is so crazy. Like I had mentioned it to my doctors a few times at a few of my appointments, and I kind of feel like they wrote me off as well. But I also feel like it's because I'm so like chill that I didn't really advocate for myself as much as I should have. Like, I'll advocate for another patient before I advocate for myself, just because I don't want to feel like I'm complaining. But it has gradually gotten worse and worse and worse, to the point where I'm like, listen, I've mentioned this at my previous appointments. I know that pain is normal. I have a pretty high pain tolerance, but this is crazy. Like, this is intolerable. Let me tell y'all what happened. So I went to the doctor, finally told her that, and they did some, little exploring or whatever, and they found out, or they decided that I have symphysis pubic dysfunction. And I'm like, I knew something wasn't right. Like, I knew something wasn't right, because there will be times, and it's basically just, I basically have pain in my pubic bone with any kind of movement. So like, when I sat down on this chair to start recording, I had to slowly sit down because it hurts so bad. And like, standing up, it's things like sitting down, standing up, rolling over, walking, basically any movement that rotates my hips and like my pubic bone, honey, 10, like on 10. It's so bad. Like, sometimes it's so embarrassing, and it's so debilitating, and it's so frustrating. But sometimes, even with me trying to adjust myself, that hurt. But sometimes I had to like call my husband, like, babe, I gotta pee, like, come get me, help me up off the chair so I can go pee. Like, that's how much pain I would be in. He would have to help me in and out of the car. And I feel like it's just this dramatic scene when we're going somewhere. It's just like, girl, your stomach is not even that big, but he's like helping you do this and that. But you just never know what somebody's going through. But yeah, it had gotten so bad that I've had to start physical therapy. And it's been helpful. They kind of like, they're just focusing on building up my muscle strength down there. And they taught me ways how to just do my transitions better. So like, instead of walking with longer strides, I'm like taking little baby steps. Or they taught me how to sit down, stand up, and the pain is so much better. I'm so glad I started physical therapy. And when I did mention that I was in pain on Instagram, I had a lot of women like reach out to me. Well, not a lot, but like maybe like 7 or 8 people who are like currently pregnant or have been pregnant in the past. They reached out and was just kind of like asking me what my pain felt like. And I was just describing it to them, and they went through the same thing. So, if you feel like something isn't right, definitely speak up for yourself. Don't be like me. They say healthcare providers like nurses and doctors and all of them, they're like the worst patients. And I absolutely agree. I am a horrible patient. But when it comes to delivery and all that, I will be speaking up for myself, because I don't play that. That's health. That is my health, my safety. So, of course, I plan to advocate for myself. I just don't like feeling like I be complaining. So, yeah, that's that. Before I forget and get into the Q&A, I'm going to do the Q&A after this, but I wanted to do a bump date. So show you guys my 27-week bump. And yes, I'm calling myself 27 weeks because in a few hours, I'm going to be 27 weeks. And whatever makes me feel like I'm moving along in this pregnancy is what I'm going to claim. So I'm 27 weeks, even though I'm really 26 weeks and 6 days, but whatever. But I'm going to show you guys what my bump looks like. So this is what the bump looks like, the 27-week bump. A lot bigger than I was with my first, for sure. This is what I looked like when I was about to pop the first time. So I'm like, oh my gosh, how much bigger am I gonna get? As you can see, she's flaunting her stretch marks from her first pregnancy proudly, and she doesn't care. No, but y'all, I really don't care. I had stretch marks with my first pregnancy, and they're still here, but they don't really bother me. My husband doesn't care, so I don't either. And even if he did care, he was gonna not care, because I don't care. Yeah, but this is what the bump looks like. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to some of the questions. I'm not gonna answer all of them. I just picked out a few of them that I got. And yeah, so the first one is it different from with your first pregnancy? it is different in the sense that I'm a lot older now. So I had my first child when I was 19. And at 19, I feel like, you know, we tend to think, oh, I'm grown, I got this. And the reality is now that I'm older, I realize, girl, you were not grown, like at all. Like you felt like you were grown and I got a job and, you know, whatever, I'm going to college, so whatever. But the reality is I wasn't grown. I'm so much wiser now. I'm so much more mature. I'm so much more aware of the world and just life in general. And I feel like I'm better equipped this time to be pregnant and to bring life into the world and to raise someone. Am I saying that I feel like I didn't do a good job with my first son? Absolutely not. But it definitely was hard. Like I wasn't as financially established as I am now. I wasn't as, you know, calm as I am now. Like my parenting approach as Malachi has gotten older has changed. And I just learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about, you know, how to communicate with him effectively and, you know, not being so quick to just kind of go off on him or get upset about small things. Like I give him room to communicate with me and express his feelings, you know. So I feel like that wasn't something that I was doing when, you know, he was a lot smaller, just because I feel like I just didn't know better, honestly. So that's what's different. Like I'm just more mature and more aware, and yeah. The next question is, was it planned? It absolutely was 100% planned. I feel like I've mentioned it in previous videos or even like on my stories if you happen to keep up with that on Instagram. But I've been married for over 4 years now, and people were always like, when y'all having a baby? Are you gonna pay for the baby? Didn't think so. Having a baby is expensive. Like, just preparing alone is so much money. Like furniture and like the healthcare costs. Like, we don't have, I mean, it's just us financially. Like, it's just the two of us. And, you know, just to give you guys like a rough estimate as to what prenatal care and delivery looks like, if you haven't had a child, for us personally, by the time the baby is here, we would have spent $5,000. And I'm just being transparent because it's life, and I feel like people should know what they're getting themselves into. So yeah, it's expensive. You ain't paying for my baby. Don't worry about when I'm having one. And also, y'all don't know what, I see this a lot going around on social media too. Like, stop asking women when they're getting pregnant. You don't know what people are going through. Like, so many people have issues, you know, with infertility. So many people have, you know, just their own personal thing going on. And I'm like, when I was growing up, I wasn't aware and I never thought about it. I always was just like, when y'all having a baby? Or do you want kids? And it's just like, you really don't know what people are going through. So just mind your business and mind your pockets, because you ain't planning on paying for my baby. Yeah, it was planned, long story short. I could get into a whole nother discussion, but it was planned. I feel like I'll be rambling when I do these little chit chats, but whatever. And it says, since it's been a while since you had your first son, this is another question. Since it's been a while since you had your first son, are you nervous to give birth again? Absolutely. I'm scared-ish-less, okay? Like, I'm just scared. I'm scared, especially like I said, when I had Malachi, I was so young. So it's like I wasn't aware of the dangers of, you know, delivery. And, you know, I just wasn't fully aware. And now that I'm older and I'm wiser, it's just like, yeah, everyone just glorifies childbirth. And you just look at it like it's a natural part of life. Oh, you get married. Or if you choose not to, whatever, but you get married, you have your baby, the delivery's safe, the baby's fine, everything comes out, you know, fine. And I pray that that's what happens for my family, but it's just like, things aren't always what they seem like people go through so much. People's babies come early, or they have health issues, or mom has complications and things like that. So it's just like, I'm scared. I'm very scared. Number 4, has your hair grown rapidly? I can't tell. Honestly, I haven't done much to my hair. First of all, I haven't even done like any sort of length checks. I haven't done, any stretch styles for me to even say, oh, my hair looks longer. Like, I mean, my hair basically shrinks up when it's wet. So yeah, I can't really tell what's going on, sis. I don't know. I frankly, I don't really care. I know that's like, some people look forward to their hair growing during pregnancy. It's never been a thought of mine. I just don't care. I am a little nervous about postpartum shedding, however. And I did have that the first time, but it grew back. It is what it is. The next question was, what is the hardest symptom you had to deal with? It will have to be a tie between the vomiting and nausea and the pain that I've been feeling. I will probably, they're a tie. It's a tie because both have been, I feel like, equally as debilitating and, just limits my mobility and just for me to even do anything. Like, I just feel so bad. Like this week, my husband traveled for work, and this is like the first time since I've been sick and pregnant. Thankfully, I started getting better like right before it was time for him to go. But like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm having to try to, keep the house clean and cook dinner and cook breakfast. And I'm like, I haven't had to do that. Like, he's done all of that. So it's just been kind of like, it feels good to be able to do that again. But at the same time, when I wasn't able to do it just last week, it was just, I literally would cry. Like, I remember, my husband put the furniture together in the baby's nursery, and my only job was to just take my stuff out because this is the room that I use to record. I got to find somewhere else to record. But this was the room that I used to record, and I just had to move my stuff out. And I wanted to do that. He said, I'll do it for you, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to feel like I had some control. And I was trying to and I also keep my hair products in here too. So I had like a little box with just like maybe 8 or 9 products in there. And I was trying to move the products, and I literally could not lift the box because the amount of pain I was in. And I just started crying. Like, I literally cried, like boo-hoo, like snot. Like, I called my husband, like, baby, I can't move the box. I just can't do this. Like, I was crying so bad. And I know that sounds like something so small, but I think it's just because I had just been feeling so worthless and just so, like, I just don't contribute to my family in any way for the past few months. And I feel like that was just that one small thing that just kind of pushed me to my breaking point. And I just started crying. Like, that's not the only episode I've had of crying. It's just like not being able to do something so simple, like get up to use the bathroom. Like, that did something to me. I like making my family happy. I like contributing to my household. I like cooking dinner. Heck, I like getting up to pee on my own. And because I couldn't do that, it became really frustrating, almost depressing in a sense. And yeah, just, I don't know about number 3. I don't know. We got to talk about that. Like, number 6 that I chose, cravings. I don't have way too many cravings. I remember in the beginning, like, I was craving avocados, but when I would get it, it's like looking at it made me feel really weird. Like, I didn't want it no more. I'm like, I don't want it. So I would send my husband to go buy it, and when I get it, I don't eat them. But one of my cravings that I had, hot fries. I like hot fries. They're so good. The Andy Caps brand, not the Cheetos brand. I feel like the Cheetos is like knockoff. So I like hot fries, and I like lemons. And I like to slice up my little lemon and like sprinkle some salt on there. It's so good. And then the last question that I chose is, do you have any worries about the age gap? Yes and no. So Malachi's 10 now. So there's going to be a 10-year difference between the two boys. And I say yes because I always had this little guilt of Malachi, like, you know, being like the only child growing up. It doesn't seem to bother him much, but it bothered me because I have a lot of siblings. So like, I just know, you know, with him being an only child, that it's so different. But I guess he can't really miss something that he never had. So I had this guilt, like, okay, you know, Malachi is going to be like probably gone off to school while my little baby's growing up, and then he's going to kind of go through the same thing. Number 3 is questionable, so I don't know if we're going to have another one to kind of keep him company. So in that regard, I say no, because Malachi is so excited about having a little brother. And yeah, he's ecstatic. And I say no because he's so patient. He is so patient. Like, I'm not trying to brag about my kid. I'm not saying that he's a perfect kid, but he's a great kid, and he's so helpful and so kind and compassionate and so giving. So I know that he's gonna be like that great big brother to his little brother, because he's that to me. Like, even like if I cough and I'm like over here choking, the first thing Malachi's gonna be like is, Mom, do you want me to get you some water? Or like, you know, when I was throwing up a whole lot, he's just like, Mom, do you want me to make you some tea? Because he knows how to make tea and stuff. It's like, do you want me to make you some tea, Mom? Or even like the other day I went to the grocery store. Oh my God, this is what I meant to tell y'all. So the other day, Malachi, I went to the grocery store. Like I said, my husband's traveling for work. I went to the grocery store, and by myself, Malachi was playing with his little friends and stuff with one of my neighbors. But I ran to the grocery store to get a few items. I'm like, it's gonna be, you know, real quick, be right back. Came back inside. When I came back inside, he left the neighbor's house. He saw me pulling. He left my neighbor's house, and he came home. He came inside, and I was crying because I was in so much pain and I couldn't get out the car. He was just like, Mom, why didn't you just tell me to come with you? If I knew you were gonna be feeling like this, then I would have come. He felt so bad. He was like, you just go inside. He helped me out the car, helped me to my room, and he unpacked all the groceries and put them up in the refrigerator and stuff like that. And I don't know, he's just so kind, and I just know that he'll be a great big brother. So yeah, that's why I say yes and no. I think I'm gonna do a baby haul for my next video. Like, we went out and bought some stuff. So I want to show y'all what I bought, because I hope y'all care. I want to show y'all what I bought, what me and my husband bought. And we bought like affordable stuff. We are not, we don't like spending above our means. Like, we would rather have extra. So we did a little affordable, you know, a little baby shopping spree or whatever. So I'll probably do a video of the little items that we bought. But thank you guys for tuning in to my video. I appreciate you guys. I will be back with another video soon. When I stop being lazy, I'm gonna do another hair video. Whatever I do to my hair next, I'm gonna do a video on it. And yeah, that's all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see y'all next time.